That Mojo ain't no good.
Shannon brought up something on the show today that I'm actually really happy with. She did a story about how women are ditching their razors, and this is all because of COVID-19, and going more au natural. They're actually having more body hair. The hashtag body hair is natural has more than 91 million views, and the amount of people that are actually going out and buying razors has gone down. The razor industry is being affected by this.
They did this big study, and they found that people in general, especially in the age group of like 18 to 35, there's a huge percentage, bigger than anybody ever thought, that actually finds it attractive for women to have like leg hair and armpit hair and like a bush or whatever.
A bush. A bush down there?
Yeah, like hair down there instead of like grooming it or shaving it or whatever.
All right, so I like this. And I'm hoping that this carries on to more than just body hair. Because if people are not interested in grooming themselves as much as they did in the past, I'm hoping that it's going to cause us all to just get lazy and not do it ever again. And we'll all end up
if it becomes a societal standard, then you can be lazier, right?
But don't you feel that way post-COVID? Like, I feel like the days are fewer and far between when, especially for this show, like I actually get ready to come in.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Well, when I said I was saying
no.
I feel that way. Not that you.
No, I agree.
Do that.
Like
you look like shit.
I do look like shit today. Whatever. But it's just like you kind of care less.
Yeah, I know. Although I will tell you this, Chelsea says that I use more deodorant since COVID. I don't know what the story is with that, but she says that I've been putting deodorant on more, causing her to see that I'm running through deodorant more than I have before. I don't understand why that is. Maybe it's because I have a fear of smelling, but I do wear the same clothes. We talked about the closet story about how people have more than like $360 worth of clothes in their closet that they have never worn. That they go buy it and it just hangs there in the closet. I think we're doing a lot of stuff less. But maybe as, masks are off and people are more out and about and doing stuff, maybe this will all change.
Also, the price of razors are insanely stupid. They're so expensive. So I've even thought about maybe not, the private area, but I have thought about growing a beard. I'm so sick of.
You did it one time and it looked great.
It comes in a lot whiter than it used to, so that there's an in between period. It looks bad, but then once it comes in long, it's okay. I'm just so sick of shaving every morning. It's like you got to give extra time in the morning. I always cut myself. Almost, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't shave my neck. I shave my neck every third day, I think.
Yeah, mine grows so fast.
Really?
You know what I think women are spending more on grooming-wise is skincare.
For sure.
I have never done more or spent more money on skincare in my entire life, because the whole trend with makeup right now, and I'm sure it's because we haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, is no makeup. Like glowy and soft and the big trend in cosmetics right now is skincare. Mm-hmm. Like women are spending hundreds of dollars on skincare routines to look good without makeup because no one was wearing makeup.
Do you think that women are doing that because they have more time? They're spending more time at home, so they have more time to do it themselves?
I don't know.
I think it's just more focused on it too. Like you see more about it, and so you become much more aware of like, oh shit, maybe I should actually be taking care of my skin.
Yeah.
I don't have more time, and I spend more time on my skincare than I ever have in my life.
Go back to the bushes, because I just like that Shannon said the word bush.
Isn't that what you call it? I don't know. What do you call it?
Do guys like girls with the big bush and vice versa? Do women
I'm not
like
a guy,
guys?
You ask.
Well,
I should ask you.
I have a buddy of mine, and I think I mentioned this this morning when we were talking about that story. I have a buddy of mine that for some reason is turned on by women with big bushes.
Really?
With big hairy bushes. And the rest of us all were like, really? I don't,
What an interesting thing to know about your friend.
Yeah.
I'm very well. That's what. And by the way, Mike was looking for things to talk about on guys' nights. That was during a guys' night that discussion came up. I don't mind
Bring
the
up
bush.
bushes.
I actually am cool with bush, but I think I like if the bush is somewhat groomed. But
Or not there at all.
what about you, Mike and Spike? You like the bush?
Not really. Not really. I mean, a little something trimmed up and shaved is nice, but
Do you tell
anything
Allie
longer
how
than
you
that.
like it, or does she ask you? Or is it just
we've
like
talked about?
you have?
Yeah, we've talked about it before, and it's never been an issue.
Which if Allie let the bush grow a little bit more and decided not to do it, would you feel confident enough in yourself to be able to say, Allie, there's something I need to talk to you about?
Yeah. I don't know. It's never gotten to that point, so I don't know. But there's things
I don't
that
think I
do
could do that with Chelsea.
where I don't think. No, you don't think so?
I don't think I would feel a little like I go, hey, let's have a conversation real quick, and I'm going to tell you that you should groom more. I don't know if I could do that.
I'm gonna tell you from the girl's side, don't do it. Just don't. Don't. You can have a preference, that's fine, but saying, hey, let's have a talk about your pubic hair
Yeah.
isn't gonna go well
No.
for you at all. You can have a preference, that's fine. But you saying like, I'm not attracted to you with this amount of hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't have to
even
say
if
it
She
then.
would say something.
Chelsea will be like, "This is the best day ever. I have a great view.
If you
I am
said-
pissed at you."
If you said, I like it when you do this,
Yes.
like to compliment a
it's all
certain
about how you
thing,
say it. Yep.
great. But to sit someone down for a serious conversation about her bush, no.
And especially if you say, hey, I've noticed that you're letting it grow a little longer, that's telling her that you don't like it. Otherwise, you probably not
Why
say
would you
anything
bring
at
it
all.
up? Yeah.
It's like parenting with little kids. You really got to hit that positive reinforcement part. Do you know what I mean? So like when there's an opportunity, when it's just the way you like it, you have to like go above and beyond in complimenting her so she knows that that's how you like it.
Do you guys do the girls like? And I know Megan's not with us right now because I'd love to know her thoughts on both men and women's big bush. But do Ellen and Shannon like guys with the bush?
I
don't.
As long as it's not like so aggressive that it like gets in the way of function,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I have no
Like
problem.
where their bush is bigger than their dick?
There's no good way for me to phrase what's going through my head right now. As long as it is not an interfering,
Yeah.
it's fine. You can have a bush. I don't care. A lot of guys say that when they trim it, it makes their dick look bigger. So like,
Yeah.
there's
true.
that.
But also when there is a bush, it's smelly a lot of times.
The
Do you
bush
like
is
the
smelly?
opposite?
Yeah, it gets,
Do you-
that's what hair does down there.
That's
it
the
traps
purpose
smell.
of body hair. It was supposed
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Do you
not
like
a
the
fan.
opposite of it though? Like completely bald? Would you like a guy that has no hair at all?
I would like a very
I
nice
like-
in between.
I like body hair on men, so I don't want bald. Like in general, I like chest hair. I like men with hair.
You don't want to look like a baby bird fell out of its nest into your
There-
lap.
Whenever
I mean-
you say that, I actually want to vomit.
Penises are already so not attractive.
Right.
Functionally appealing, yes.
Can-
Looks wise, no. And then you take away like the one little camouflage that it has, and it's just like dick. Like it's just there.
Can I tell you this? That that was part of the discussion that the guys were having. One of the guys was like, I like girl with none. And to me, that came across a little creepy. Like, what do you like to have sex with somebody that looks like they're,
Prepubescent.
can't grow
I've
a
heard
bush?
that before. Like, oh, what do you want it to be like a 12-year-old girl? But no, the rest of the body doesn't look like a 12-year-old girl. So I'm not thinking about a prepubescent teen if a girl is smooth.
Yeah.
I don't mind pubic hair either way. I mean, I'm fine with either. I don't want a big hairy like Ellen said, a big hairy bush that gets in the way. Then you're like, I'd rather have it trimmed and neat. But
You say trimmed and neat or trimmed and eat?
trimmed and neat. Well, both.
Well, that's the reason.
Yeah.
If we're all alluding around the same thing,
Right.
Yes, and we want it to be clean because we spend a lot of time there.
My
I
mom
wouldn't mind-
found out about this podcast, so I'm really trying to dance around it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind my girl having armpit hair at all, but I'd rather have it trimmed short down there.
It's still, by the way, very shocking to me. And I like no judgment if you decide to shave your hair or don't shave your hair. I don't care. But like one of my girlfriends, I saw her over the summer when I was hanging out with her over the summer, and she was wearing like a tank top, and I noticed she had like, I'm talking full on armpit hair, and I just didn't like, it still catches me off guard. I didn't expect it, so that when she raised her arm, I was like, oh.
It's getting less shocking.
It's
I think
getting
the
less shocking,
first
but it's
time I
still
ever
shocking.
Saw someone,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. But now it's like becoming such
Yeah.
a thing. I don't know. It's winter.
I feel like I still catch
We're
myself staring.
hibernating.
Yeah.
It's been
Well,
winter
now,
for
I
2
mean, yeah.
years.
It's winter.
Do you know that there's always trends? In one of the big trends right now in porn is bush down there porn.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of celebrities that have talked about having full-on bush. Like they've publicly talked about Cameron Diaz, Emma Watson. People have said, I will not shave. I want full womanly bush. And I'm like, I think it also depends on the person. If you're attracted to the person, you don't mind as much. Like, I'm not going to tell Cameron Diaz or Emma Watson, like, you need to shave.
I think like general trend aesthetics probably are playing a role here because like 70s clothing is very back in right now. And I feel like with girls
That's
wearing
kind of the
bell
70s.
bottoms, it's like, and also let's have a bush. Like I feel like truly fashion trends are translating to like grooming.
The weirdest is when a girl has that little Hitler mustache down there. I don't understand.
Yeah, right.
It's so bizarre. Yeah, what is that called?
A
Not the
landing
landing
strip.
strip. No, it's just
talking
it's
about?
Is it
only
horizontal?
above. Remember when guys had the soul patch
Oh my
back
God,
in the
why?
90s?
Yes.
It's like
terrible.
that, but it's like a little exclamation point over the woman's privates, and I'm like, what are you
Wait,
doing?
wait.
I know. I don't. Where did you see that?
I've seen it in nude photos.
Are you making that up? Because I've
No.
never seen that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I can't even think of how I would create
But the
that.
fact
It's a
that you called it
smaller-
an exclamation point.
It's a
is really
smaller
weird.
version of the triangle, but it's not covering all their privates. It's
Is there-
above. Like they chose to
Oh.
leave a little tiny
it's
grassy
but
area.
it's the triangle.
So the grass is
The grass is above.
and then the vagina
the actual
is
vagina.
the zero is
Guarantee
the
you,
dot.
it's because that woman was like, it's weird for me to be totally bare, but she had to wear a bikini where it would have shown.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
that's
fell out the sides.
that might be it. Yeah.
I
she's
guarantee you that's
leaving a
what it
little
was.
postage stamp over top.
I actually like when women shave it into a question mark.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Is there like beard styles? There's beard styles. Is there specific pubic hair styles?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
go,
I didn't know that.
I mean, shaving is really difficult. I'm an all or nothing girl because I don't have the patience to try to make a shape in my
Yeah.
pubes. Like Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! But if you go to get a wax, you could get shapes. You can get a landing strip. You could get a heart. You could get a lightning bolt.
a Bermuda triangle, a martini glass.
So it's like
I'm looking
going
at all this
to get your
online.
nails done, and they can put
I
like
think
little things in
martini
there.
glass
painful.
might be what I'm talking about. The little, because it's a little fuller on top, and
She
there's
just
really
wants you to
nothing
take a little
down there.
sip. That's all.
All right, that does it for this edition of the
Hi,
More
Ellen's
I'm
mom.
glad this is the one that you found out about.